Have you ever sat in that cold, too bright hospital waiting room, clutching your phone, heart racing, waiting to hear how surgery went for your mom, or your dad, or maybe your spouse who's now in their 70s or older? Everyone around you keeps saying, "It's just a routine procedure. They'll be fine." But deep down, something in your gut tells you, this isn't like it used to be. Now picture this. Your 74-year-old father goes in for surgery. Nothing major, they say. Maybe a hip replacement or a simple hernia repair. The doctors sound confident. The nurses smile reassuringly. You exhale, trying to believe them. But just 3 days later, he's not himself. He's confused. He can't remember where he is. He's not eating. And suddenly, the recovery you thought would be smooth becomes a storm of complications, fear, and questions. What went wrong? Here's the truth no one tells you up front. Surgery after 70 is never truly routine. The aging body doesn't bounce back the same way. Medications interact differently. Bones heal slower. Emotions hit harder. Even the hospital environment itself can become disorienting for older adults. And what starts as a minor procedure can lead to months of unexpected challenges. But here's the good news. You can prepare. You can make a difference. And the more you know going in, the better chance your loved one has of healing faster, safer, and with dignity. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 6 essential things you must know before surgery after 70. We're talking real talk, not just what the hospital gives you in a brochure. These are the things that help prevent complications, speed up recovery, and protect the health and independence of someone you love. So if you're a caregiver, a son, a daughter, a spouse, or even someone who's getting older and thinking ahead, you need this. If that sounds like you, go ahead and comment "I'm here" below, because being informed is the first act of love. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Wisdom of Longevity. This channel is all about helping you care smarter, not harder, for the ones who mean the most. All right, take a deep breath. Let's get into the 6 things you need to know before surgery after 70. Because this could change everything. Number 1, cognitive screening is crucial. Let's start with something that almost no one talks about, but can change everything: your loved one's mind. Before her hip surgery, Maria's mother was completely sharp. She still did crossword puzzles every morning, told the grandkids bedtime stories by heart, and never missed her soap operas. But just a week after surgery, she was different. She didn't know where she was. She couldn't remember the nurse's name or her own daughter's. She looked around the room like a stranger. It was heartbreaking. Most people think, "Oh, it's just the anesthesia. She'll bounce back." But in older adults, confusion after surgery, what doctors call post-operative delirium, can last days, weeks, or longer. Here's the catch. Most hospitals don't check cognitive health before surgery. No baseline tests, no screening questions, nothing. And yet, older adults with even mild memory changes before surgery are at a much higher risk for delirium after. That's why you must ask the doctor for a quick cognitive screening before the operation. It's simple, it's painless, and it gives everyone, from the family to the medical team, a better plan for aftercare. Because when it comes to healing, the mind is just as important as the body. But even with a sharp mind, the body has its own silent challenges. Let's talk about something just as critical and just as often overlooked: medications. Number 2, review all medications, even vitamins. John was a healthy, active 72-year-old. He gardened, played chess, took long walks. But after his minor surgery, he ended up in the ICU with a blood pressure crash no one saw coming. What happened? He'd been taking a mix of medications, some for sleep, some for blood pressure, and a handful of supplements: ginseng, ginkgo, garlic. None of it seemed dangerous until it all interacted in the wrong way. As we age, our kidneys and liver process drugs more slowly. That means normal doses can act like high doses. And when multiple medications mix, even over-the-counter ones, it can turn into a risky cocktail. One of the biggest myths is it's just vitamins. But many supplements increase bleeding risks, change heart rate, or interfere with anesthesia. Before any surgery, bring a complete list of every medication, vitamin, and supplement your loved one is taking, even the herbal tea or natural pills. The anesthesiologist and surgeon must know, because what you don't mention might be what causes complications. Now, medication matters, but so does something even more fundamental, the decision to have surgery in the first place. Number 3, not all surgeries are worth the risk. Elaine's mother had terrible back pain. Her doctor recommended spinal surgery. It sounded like a fix, relief at last, but no one told them about the 3-month rehab, the round-the-clock help she'd need, the pain, the fatigue, the isolation. After all that, she didn't feel much better, and she lost a piece of her independence. Just because a surgery is possible doesn't always mean it's wise. Older adults have slower healing, weaker immune systems, less physical reserve. So here's the powerful question families need to ask. What happens if we do nothing? Sometimes the answer is manageable pain. Other times, better quality of life with medication and physical therapy without the trauma of surgery. Surgery isn't always a cure. It's a cost-benefit decision. And that decision should always include how recovery will feel, not just how surgery looks on paper. But once you've weighed the decision and chosen surgery, there's another factor that determines success, and it's one most families overlook: nutrition. Number 4, malnutrition is a hidden risk. Ben's mother was a delicate eater. A little soup here, half a sandwich there. No one thought much of it. But after surgery, her wounds healed slowly. She caught an infection, then another. She just couldn't bounce back. The truth? She was malnourished. It's a silent epidemic among older adults. Even those who look fine on the outside can be missing the protein and calories their bodies need, especially to fight off infection and heal from surgery. And it's easy to dismiss. Oh, she's just not hungry today. He's always been a light eater. But a body going into surgery needs fuel, real fuel. In the 2 weeks before surgery, try adding high-protein snacks: Greek yogurt, peanut butter, protein smoothies, eggs. Little bites spread out during the day can make a huge difference, because the better nourished your loved one is going in, the faster they'll heal coming out. Fueling the body is key, but so is where the body ends up after discharge. And that brings us to something many people don't plan for until it's too late: the home. Number 5, home setup can make or break recovery. After knee surgery, Harold was sent home with a walker and a prescription. But no one mentioned that his only bathroom was upstairs. He tried to tough it out. He fell on the second night. Back to the hospital. Another setback. Post-surgical falls are one of the top causes of complications after age 70. And most families are so focused on the hospital stay, they forget to prepare for the real recovery, the one that happens at home. Before your loved one comes back, take a walk through their space. Are there stairs, loose rugs, cluttered hallways, a high bed, or a low toilet? You don't need to renovate, but a few small changes can make all the difference. Clear pathways. Install grab bars in the bathroom. Consider setting up a temporary sleeping area on the main floor, because the fewer obstacles they face at home, the better chance they have of healing fully, safely, and with confidence. And finally, let's talk about something that's easy to miss, but deeply powerful: emotions. Number 6, emotions affect recovery more than you think. After surgery, Lily's father didn't talk much. He stared at the ceiling. He didn't eat. He stopped wanting visitors. At first they thought, he's just tired. But weeks passed and nothing changed. He was depressed. Post-surgical depression in older adults is real, and it's common. But it often hides behind symptoms like low appetite, fatigue, and silence. And the emotional toll of surgery, the pain, the loss of independence, the hospital stay, can weigh heavily on someone who's already vulnerable. But there is a way to help. Keep familiar routines. Bring in friends or grandchildren, even just for short visits. Encourage gentle movement. And don't be afraid to seek a counselor, therapist, or even spiritual guidance. Because recovery isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Now that you know these 6 powerful steps, let's take a moment and talk about what this really means for you, for your loved one, and for the way we all care moving forward. It's terrifying. Watching someone you love go under anesthesia, their body fragile, their breath shallow under the hospital lights. And for a moment, Time stands still. You smile. You reassure them. But inside, you're holding your breath too. And what makes it harder is not knowing. Not knowing what questions to ask. Not knowing what signs to look for. Not knowing if you're doing enough. You're not alone in that feeling. So many families walk into surgery rooms with fear in their hearts and hope in their hands, but no roadmap for what comes next. But now you have one, because knowledge is power, and it transforms fear into preparedness. You're not just a visitor, you're not a passive observer. You are an advocate, a protector, a partner in your loved one's healing. These 6 steps aren't just suggestions, they are lifelines. Check their mind. Review every pill. Ask the hard questions. Feed their strength. Ready the home. Guard their heart. You don't need a medical degree to do this. What you need is compassion, curiosity, and the courage to care before things go wrong. And believe me, those small actions, they create a safer, softer landing. They build a path out of pain and into healing. Because this isn't just about surgery, it's about dignity. It's about quality of life. It's about showing up with love when it matters most. You've got this, and your loved one, they've got you. Let's go over those 6 essential things again, briefly but clearly. 1. Ask for a baseline cognitive screening to protect against confusion after surgery. 2. Review all medications and supplements because interactions can be dangerous. 3. Don't assume surgery is the only option. Ask, what if we do nothing? 4. Boost protein and calories before surgery because nutrition fuels recovery. 5. Prepare the home environment ahead of time. Safety starts there. 6. And finally, watch for signs of emotional distress after surgery. It's more common than you think. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you love gone through surgery after 70? What was the hardest part of recovery? What surprised you? What do you wish someone had told you? Share your experience in the comments. You never know who your story might help. We learn through each other, and in this community, every voice matters. And if this video helped you feel more prepared, more aware, or even just less alone, please give it a like and consider subscribing to Wisdom of Longevity. We're building something meaningful here, a space for trusted, practical, heart-centered guidance for every stage of aging. Because aging isn't the end of vitality. It's the beginning of something deeper, wiser, more intentional. Thank you truly for being here. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and most of all, stay connected. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of those you love and take care of yourself too.